Hello and welcome to my channel. Today the topic for discussion is avoiding unnecessary stress. Mark the word unnecessary. I'm going to elaborate on this topic by discussing three major things to pay close attention to in order to achieve this. The first thing I'm going to be speaking about is comparing yourself to other people. If you are in a position where you compare yourself to other people, you need to snap out of it today, because it's not going to get you anywhere and it's not going to do anything but add stress to your life. I'm going to give an example, and I'm going to use social media, which is something that a lot of us spend a lot of time on. So for example, Instagram, you see your friend post trips like every 2 months and you're in a position where you cannot afford to fund a holiday, so you subconsciously start to feel like you're not doing well or you're not good enough. You start to feel like you can't even afford holiday. You start to wish you were in that person's shoes. You start to wish, oh, I wish I could be like Barbara, because she goes on holiday all the time. You see Tom puts up a video speaking in Dubai, and he's posting or writing a long post about how great his job is and how amazing it is to have a job like his and stuff like that. And you're in a position where you've been applying for jobs, trying to get yourself a job for so long. You start to feel like you're not good enough. You start to feel like Tom is better than you. I'm here to let you know today that Tom is no better than you. Barbara is no better than you. Because if you really had a sit down with these two people, you would realize that there's actually something in your life that is working better than theirs. So you probably go home and thank your stars for where you're at in your life, because you would think, oh wow, I would have never known from the posts that I see that Barbara is dealing with that. Oh, I'm grateful for where I am. But a lot of us, because we don't get to speak to the people behind what we see, and this happens with a lot of celebrities as well. We see them, we wish we could be like them, we wish we were living life like them, but you don't know what they're dealing with personally. You don't know whether your personal life is actually better than theirs. Guys, this whole comparison does nothing but adds unnecessary stress, because it's just comparison. It's just you looking at another person's life and feeling and wishing you could be in their shoes. I just want to urge you today to step out of making comparison to other people, of wishing you could be like Tom or wishing you could be like Barbara. It's not going to get you anywhere. This brings me to my next point. Over analyzing situations and overthinking situations. Now, I am a major victim of this, and it took a situation to teach me that over-analyzing situations, overthinking situations actually get you nowhere. Something happened to me 2 months ago where I was not in control of the situation, and all I could do was think about the situation, and thinking about the situation only magnified it. It just made it bigger. It made it a bigger problem. So out of a little problem that was there, I was creating a bigger problem from it. Guys, it's not worth it. Why don't we start to think of practical solutions to situations that arise in our lives? What can I do about this? Who can I speak to about this? Who could potentially help me with this? Rather than sit down and think, oh, now my contract has ended at work. How am I going to pay my bills? And then your mind starts to imagine them kicking you out of your accommodation, or your mind starts to imagine you being so worthless. The way the mind works, we are in control of our mind, people, and if you overthink a problem, it's only going to get worse, and guess what? It's only going to add unnecessary stress to your life. So guys, overthinking situations, overanalyzing situations is definitely not the way forward. All it does is cause unnecessary stress. Instead of overthinking a situation, I want to urge you today to start thinking of practical things you could do to that situation. The third thing I'm going to speak about is caring about what other people think. Now, a lot of us fall into this category as well. We care so much about what people think about us. We care so much about our appearances when we step out. We care so much that when somebody tells us something, we go home and we lie under our duvets and cry or moan about it. I'm going to use myself as an example. I am very slim. Some people call me skinny, but I do not like being called skinny. But I am very slim, and when I go out there, some people are like, oh my god, you're so skinny, you need to put on a bit of weight, and all these things. And personally, that does not get to me because I have programmed my mind to think that I am fabulous. The way I am now, the skinny girl that people see, people are dying to be like me. There are people out there that are sweating their asses off in the gym, trying to lose weight, trying to be a size 8 like me, you know. It's always good to, when you find yourself in a situation, it's always good to think of the positive, think of the good things to make yourself feel better, because we all deserve to feel better. So when you think about a way to make yourself feel good, when you step out and people are telling you that you're this, you're that, it would not necessarily get to you that much because your mind is already programmed to think in a certain way. Or let's say you happen to have put on a bit of weight. You realize it yourself. So the key thing is to identify what it is that people could potentially say about you. A major example is, you know, you can tell that you've put on weight. So you look at yourself in the mirror, you see that you've put on weight, you're not necessarily cool with it. What do? Start to set goals, start to think of what you're going to do. I'm going to go to the gym twice in a week. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So when you step out and somebody's like, oh my God, oh, and people are so horrible these days, the way they talk. Oh my God, you have put on so much weight. When they say that to you, it does not get to you because you know that you've set yourself a goal, and in 6 months time you're gonna have that banging body. And if you're a guy and somebody is telling you, oh, you're so chubby, man, you've put on so much weight, if you've programmed your mind to think that this fat that I have in my body, when it turns to muscles, all the girls on the streets are going to be dying for me. When somebody comes to you and somebody's like, oh my gosh, you're so chubby, automatically, because you've programmed your mind, you're thinking, 3 months is the goal I've set. In 3 months time, I am going to be looking hench, I am going to be looking good. The females are going to want to be. Do you get what I mean? Like, we all need to program our minds to think of great things, great ways to see situations, so that when we step out there, we don't necessarily need to care about what other people think. Because when you care about what other people think, all it's going to do is add stress to your life. Life already has different things it throws at us. So if we can get rid of the unnecessary stress, then life will be a better place for all of us. Guys, I just want to urge you today to please get rid of things that could cause you unnecessary stress. These things, such as comparing yourself to other people, overanalyzing situations or overthinking situations, and lastly, caring about what other people think. Stay tuned and look out for the next video.